Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello to everyone. My name is Muhammad Zulfami bin Osman as your moderator for today, and I would like to introduce my group members. First panel is Wan Ahmad Syamil Fikri bin Wan Abdul Ghani.
Hello.
For the for the second panel is Wan Abdul Rahman bin Wan Tajuddin. And lastly, we have Lee Chi Hao as third panel. Today, we want to discuss about Malaysian culture heritage, namely traditional dance and zapin. Zapin is one of the most popular dance and musical form in traditional Malay performing art. Dance movement is according to melodies which are performed using musical instruments such as the gambus, accordion, and rebana. It is believed to have been introduced by Persian and Arab Muslim missionaries from the Middle East to Malay archipelago around the 14th century, where back then only males were allowed to perform. It used to be performed exclusively for religious ceremony, but through the year it has become a form of traditional entertainment. Hence, the participation of female dancers is allowed. So we can start for the first question. I would like to call Fikri as our first panel to give some opinions that what you think that this culture heritage dance of Zapin is still important or relevant to the younger generation.
Thanks, moderator, for invite me to discuss about this interesting topic. I feel that this subject still have all unique and entertaining dance for young generation. How about you, Rahman?
For me, I also think that this Zapping cultural heritage dance is still important today because it is one of the Malay dance that is still respected by society and is very relevant for the younger generation.
In my opinion, Zapin is still important as a cultural heritage because it is a symbol of the probability of an ethnic civilization and has a different characteristics from modern dance.
Okay, thank you for the answer that you give. For the next question, I would like to ask, how can we cultivate the interest of the younger generation to preserve this culture heritage dance of Zapin? So we can start with Fikri.
Well, this Zapin have to always shown the existence of the Zapin dance more often because that way they will release that this Zapin is important in our national heritage.
This Zapping needs to be highlighted again by always presenting it until today. And the young people themselves must try to join the Zapping cultural heritage dance. Yeah.
For this problem, young people tend to be more interested in things that can be seen. So, as long as a Zapin dance can be continuous performed, it will pass down from generation to generation.
Okay, thank you. Based for the answer that you guys give, what are the measures that can be taken for this culture heritage dance of Zapin? Uh, First panel.
In my opinion, this Zapin dance can be taken to large-scale performance so that the younger generation are interested in this heritage. How about you, Rahman?
And in my opinion, the Zapping can show a good image of the Malay heritage that can give awareness to the younger generation to continue this heritage so that it is not swallowed up by time.
Okay, in my opinion, to maintain young people awareness of the protection of traditional dance is to hold such performance from times to time to remind young people of the existence of Sabin.
So thank you for the answer. Let's move for the next question. I would like to ask our panel, what are the impacts of this cultural heritage dance of Zapin to the economy? So we can start with Fikri.
That's moderator. And for this, I think this heritage able to raise the name of Malaysia on the world stage.
In my opinion, the impact of this cultural heritage dance of Zapin to the economy is able to attract foreign investors to invest in Malaysia to improve the field of culture and arts.
I think people have always been curious and interested in this traditional dance, so they will be willing to pay and try to fit to watch the performance.
So thank you. So we all know now get the answer for the impact of economy. Now we want to know how the impact to the tourism sector in our country. So what is your opinion, Fikri?
That's moderator. And in my opinion, this Zapin is heritage for Malaysia. And the tourists who is coming to Malaysia may interested to learn details about this heritage. It also makes them to know more about Malaysia.
Through this Zapin dance, foreign tourists will be easily attracted and interested in knowing about the uniqueness of this Zapin cultural heritage dance.
Zapin as a regional ethnic dance is performed as a regional specialty and attracts tourists to travel.
So now we move for the last question. I would like to ask that do you wish that this culture heritage dance of Japan will be practiced by the future generation? Can should our panel give some two reasons and make for detail? So we can start with our first panel.
Thanks for the question, moderator. I have two reasons. The first reason is this dance is a valuable heritage passed down from an ancestor to the younger generation. The second reason is this dance emphasizes cooperation in a team. It can strengthen the relationship between these teenagers more closely. How about you, Rahman?
This Zapin cultural heritage dance must be practiced and continue for generations to come in order to preserve the identity of the Malay nation. Therefore, this Zapin dance must be nurtured since childhood to generate interest among the younger generation.
Of course, because traditional dance is not just a dance only, it is a respect for the probability of a racial civilization and it is also history proof. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for our panel for giving great opinion for every question. In conclusion, I would like to say that we must protect for our Malaysian culture heritage because this culture was one of our identity for the outsider and our Malaysian has many awards from UNESCO because of the treasure for history world. I hope our generation can adapt and more promote this culture heritage dance of Zapin to others. Lastly is Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
That's all from me.